Hello, my beautiful divine beings. My name is Julianne Duffy, and today I wanted to look at where precious metals, specifically gold and silver, will be going for 2025. I pulled this last year, and so I thought it was about time that we re-looked at that, as there has been some interesting changes over the last few weeks with it. And so what we're going to look at, we're looking at what we see right now, what we're not seeing, the possible outcome, what we're being guided to do, and then I'll probably pull a overview of, what the guides are saying essentially about the precious metals. I am pulling from the Quantum Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Love these. They can be read upright and reversed. So we will take the message, whether they're reversed or upright, and go from there. So thank you again. Let's jump into it. So let's look at what we're seeing right now. Okay, we've got an intention. So this is intention, and it's behind a mask reversed. So when this is reversed, there is an alignment that there is some value. There's a new value that we maybe hadn't seen before. So that seems quite appropriate, because that is definitely what we're seeing. Is that I know gold, when I'm recording this, has hit an all-time high, especially in Canada. It was like $4,000 an ounce in Canada. And so we're seeing that we don't have to do anything to deserve this change, right? So it's really about, there's restrictions are being removed, and there's happier days ahead is what we're kind of seeing. So that's what we're kind of seeing. Again, we don't want to get overjoyed, but that's what we're seeing. Okay, let's see what we're not seeing. So what's kind of hidden behind everything else? Okay, this is our spirit cards. This is from our guides. It's reversed, the vast universe. And with that one, it's really about the truth and leaving the old limitations behind. So that's kind of interesting, because when it's reversed, it's about leaving what we thought and what was the old way of thinking about this, the gold and the silver. It's gone. So what we're not seeing is that the old way of thinking about it is gone. There's a new divine flow within this. So there's something new coming towards it. I'm going to say new value. And I think that's very positive that, we're in a deeper view of this item. We're maybe re-seeing in the back end, people are starting to determine there's value again into this that we've always had. When you think about precious metals, that was always what was used for currency forever until fiat in the last less than 100 years, really. So it's interesting that we've got that. Is what we're not seeing is that we're opening to the truth. The old limitations are being left behind, and there is a shift to a deeper view of this. Interesting. So now let's jump into what the possible outcome is with this, with our precious metals, our gold and our silver. What's our Interesting. So we're in consciousness. So this is the consciousness, dark thoughts. However, it's reversed. So when it's reversed, this is really positive, because it's the sun. It's about the sun. Here comes the sun is really what it talks about. When it's reversed, it reveals a time of increasing light and clarity. So what we're seeing is that there's going to be increasing, I think, illumination on these items, these precious metals. There's going to be more clarity. We've been through dark times lately, but all of that is going to come to an end with this. So with our gold and silver, like the lack of value, being stuck, being pulled down and devalued, we're coming to an end to that. That is leaving. We're moving into a lighter, happier time, and it's already started. So when I'm asking this, it's already started. We just may not be seeing it fully. Like you may not be seeing the, $1,000 jumps in silver as an example, but we're already seeing it. So we're getting more positive results, and it's going to support us with some wonderful outcomes. So bright new paths ahead with this. So that's interesting. So this is really saying what's possible, and what we're probably going to head into is much more positivity towards it. The light, the clarity is increasing on these, and how valuable these items really are for us as we see fiat systems struggling at this moment. I know the Canadian dollar is struggling. They're printing more money. there's not a lot of value. So when you start to look at what still has value, you know, we've got food. Food has value, will always have value. Precious metals are going to have value, and we're coming back to that understanding. That's where we're going. And what we're being advised to do. So this is what you're being advised to do here. Deserving. So you deserve. So if you have not, I would highly recommend you get yourself some precious metals. You deserve to have that abundance. This is part of your innate ability to go forward. I feel like that is very much it. The consciousness is telling you you deserve an abundance. The golden castle's behind you. Ironically, the golden castle with almost like a silver topping. So silver and gold. I can't even make this up. That's very interesting. I just noticed that as I'm talking about it. And you got the beautiful abundance here. So you are deserving of this abundance that's coming and that enlightenment to this item to keep ourselves prosperous. But let's find out. Let's pull the overall feeling of, you know, like getting ourselves just an overall view of what this has in store for us on a whole here. So let me grab that. And we have, oh, it's an event, commitment reversed. And what that says, sorry about my hitting my camera here. So we've got events, commitment reversed. This is a promise. When a promise is broken, it's okay to be sad. And now a promise brings joy to yourself. After all, genuine love and love of the self is the beginning of all positive connections. So this is really talking about being committed to this change and committing to the universe. So it's very positive because we're going to see a shift and of the time, like timing is right for a shift. So the commitments that they've had with, I feel like it's what I'm getting intuitively from my guides is that there's been commitments to keep the value down. There's been commitments, signed contracts that are coming to an end and or just can't work anymore. So those are ending, which is going to allow us to see the energetic potential of where this is going. We're shifting the timing and there's resolution to what has happened. So we're seeing the end of these commitments that were not really weren't positive for us. Keeping the value low, you know, devaluing it so you wouldn't see it as something of a currency and not see it as what it truly is. If you hold any type of precious metal, you can feel how valuable it is. Even when it's been at lower values, it just has its innate value. So it's very interesting because we come to the commitment reversed. Like it's the end. Those commitments that were there are gone. And now it's opening up to, you know, to the honesty of what is going forward with these items. So what I really feel like is we're going to see some massive growth in precious metals this year. You know, the mask behind the mask is coming off. We're starting to see right now we're already starting to see the change. And then we've got, again, the spirit is showing us and illuminating a lot of what is going on. That's what we're not actually seeing it yet, but that's what's going on behind the scenes is the true value, the energy of it is being shown. And that's also there because the light is coming. The light is the outcome. The value is coming. We're going into brighter days because you can see like the light is reversed, right? So now it's like it's opening up to dissolve the darkness above it. And you are being called that you deserve to be part of this. So I would highly recommend, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would recommend to get yourself some, hold it, you know, get some jewelry, you know, if you have some, start maybe even meditating and using it in your practices because it is very valuable and you deserve to have that golden silver castle because those commitments are ending and the true value is going to come forward. I definitely see that that'll probably happen this year because I was pulling for 2025. Be interesting. We'll see if this is correct when I pull because last year it said it was kind of going to be like ho-hum. There wasn't much happening. This is much more about us seeing the truth of what the value is this year. So interesting because, you know, not much happened last year. There were some fluctuations. There was some, you know, a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with 2025. Thank you so much for joining me. I always intend that these messages will help heal and serve you. And as I said, this is not financial advice. This is what my guides and the oracle cards are giving me. And I think it's going to be very good if you do have some precious metals in your possession. Don't own the paper stocks. Have the physical metals that you can hold that no one else has access to. It's the only way that they're truly yours. That would be my advice. Have a beautiful day. And until the next time, if there is anything you would like to hear a reading on, please message me, put it in the comments. I'd love to find out what people are interested in and pull some cards on that and give you some advice. And we'll have a beautiful day. Namaste.